Welcome to another video. Hopefully you're having a wonderful day today. Today we took a long trade on USD, which we were up for throughout the AM session. We were up eventually. Market crumbled and hit a stop loss. We were up like 3 RR on this because I was risking double the size, and eventually we had a stop loss here, which was a beautiful probability loss, which we didn't make any mistakes. And yeah, now let's go over the trade. I'll give you guys a top-down analysis. Why I was looking for a long here. Why did I, everything out of the trade eventually. We're gonna talk about some lessons. Is there any mistake that we made during this trade? No. That's why I said is a probability loss. This loss is probability. As you guys know, Monday are usually or always a hit or miss day. That means during this specific day, during Monday, is either you're gonna make a lot or you're gonna lose a lot. So that's what it's called. That's why usually I call it a hit or miss day. But as you guys know, our hit overtakes our hit is higher slash we make a fuck ton more than we're losing. So if we're losing, if it's gonna be a miss and we're losing what? 1 RR, 2 RR, 3 RR. If we're hitting, we're making what? Fucking we're making 4 RR, 6 RR. Because usually Mondays and Tuesdays offer a really high amount of RR per trade, which in this case, Monday did offer a 12 RR here. And I'll show you guys some example of what I mean by this, Monday being a hit or miss. We go back in time, right around here. Let me go get you guys some examples. This pushed to the downside, which was at 13.5 RR, which was on Monday. Monday offered at 13.5 RR to the downside, 8.5 RR to the upside on Monday. Once again, on Monday was the one to do it here, which was right over here. Monday there was a new situation, market retraced to the hourly CRT, and eventually you could have longed it up for a 8.5 RR. You can see these days, these moves happened during the Monday. So they both happened on Monday. They were big hitters, 8.5, a 13.5. So if we lose like what, a 2 RR or a 4 RR, it doesn't really mean anything, because as you guys know, our winner out-eat our losers by a heck ton, which is the most important part. So I would have not, even with the trade, I would have not, risked less. I would have done none of that. I would have say the same risks, because yes, all those are hit or miss, but our hits overweigh our misses by a heck ton. And now let's go to our higher time frame, weekly, with the higher different drawn liquidity. What I was looking at. As of right now, you can see market did a big push to the downside. If I do see this weekly fair value gap closing below, if I do see the weekly time frame closing below the weekly fair value gap, I will definitely be looking for shorts next week. As of right now, I'm still looking for longs because we do have a weekly CRT here. Keep that in mind. So I'm looking to long it up because the weekly time frame has not closed. But if it definitely does close below it, I'm definitely looking to, I'm looking to shorting that shit down to the weekly CRT low as well as the weekly fair value gap. Now, if we go to the daily time frame, what do we see here? We have a daily discounted IRL to premium ERL. We have a daily CRT to the upside, as well we have expansion daily range, premium discount we want to buy. As well, we have a. That's all we got. This is good enough. Now, the lower time frame, we're as well buying below the weekly opening price, which was like good, little. That was a little good. That was a good little positive side, because you usually want to buy below the weekly opening price or sell above the weekly opening price. You want to sell there at the wick of the weekly, above the wick or below the wick. If you're bullish or bearish. In the lower time for market context and narrative, we had a Neo profile 1 accumulation, 5 immune depression, and anime expansion. We as well had a Neo reversal right over here. You can see, as I just said, we as well have a range high, range low. How come is the range high, range low? This is a daily CRT low, daily CRT high. How come is a 4 hour under the 4 hour range low and 4 hour range high? Weekly CRT low, weekly CRT high. The order flow is bearish. Now for a bullish order flow, you have to close above all the way here for a bullish order flow, which let's hope market does that. The order flow is bearish. We had no daily range here because we didn't place a legit low there, so there was no daily range. But we did have a key level right over here. That's for value gap as well as other daily key level as well. So that's our narrative here. You can see the narrative is lacking a lot. It's not that much there. That's why I said it's gonna be a hit or a miss. But you go right over here in the lower time frame for the execution of the trade. Looking for a 6 a.m. between 6 a.m. and 10:30 a.m. purge. Market purged it out at between 6 a.m. and 10:30 a.m. So looking for the right model one. The right model one happened right over here. Market tapped it. Boom. Entry there. Stop loss right over here. Take profit 1, 2, and 3. Eventually, you can see market reversed after being up. For me, it was a 3 RR. I was up 3 I would say 3.3 RR. I was up. Eventually, the market full reverse and a stop loss. Did I break even? Did I do not any of that? No, I did not do any of that. Market just hit my stop loss, which is a beautiful trade here. It was a hit or miss, as I said. Give an example of me making a 13.5, 8.5, and many more trades, which were on Monday. So Mondays are going to be a hit or a miss. As you guys know, our winners overweight our losers by a heck ton. But the lesson of this trade is just to be more hard-headed. Like I didn't make any mistakes here. I didn't have no psychology problem. Put a trade, executed, put stop loss, take profit. I had no psychology problem when the market did go back down around here. I knew it was gonna go in a loss around here. I definitely did knew it was gonna go in a loss, but I didn't get out too early. Neither did I do any of that because people wondering, well, if you could have gone out earlier, you could have lost less. Thing is, when I'm doing my trade, I want to either how can I say this? My trades, if I'm gonna lose, I want to lose all the way. If I'm gonna win, I want to win all the way. So this is a loser, so I want to lose all the way because this risk was accepted. That's why I had no psychology problem. But we could be way more, you know, it could be way more cold. You know, as you guys know, when we win a trade, I feel nothing when I lose a trade. I feel nothing when I'm wrong. I feel nothing when I'm right. I feel nothing personal, strictly business. A losing trade does not, phase me. A winning trade does not excite me. A missing trade does not concern me. I'm cold, calm, the lose trade, on winning trade. I expect to lose trade instantly, but I expect to win the longer term basis. I'm focusing on the long term, not the short term. I'm focusing on the process, not the outcome. I accept the loss part of the process. I accept the risks. So this loss does not affect me. Can I be any colder than this? Probably not. This is the most cold I can be during a trade. What I mean by that is do not show that much emotion. I didn't feel anything here. I just okay, just loss, beautiful loss. We were, risking 2%, beautiful loss here. I'm not going to get mad over the 2% loss. It's just a beautiful loss for me personally. I didn't make any mistake. I feel like we could definitely make this back. I'm not even thinking about making this back tomorrow. Any other day is whenever my setup is there. That's when I feel like I'm probably gonna make it back. If I lose another one, okay, it's cool. But as you guys know, short-term basis we are always going to expect to lose. Longer-term basis I'm always expect to win. So you see the market right now, reversing back up here. We had a last line of defense, which is the SMT, which became false. Eventually, market started reversing from there. It definitely did make sense for them to go lower because they need to get new liquidity in the market. Eventually, that new liquidity stopped us out, which is fantastic here. And this was a negative, I'm pretty sure, negative 2.2% because as you guys know, our entry was kind of off and market stopped us out harder with the spread. And yeah, that made us lose more, but it was accept the risk. Very good loss. We're definitely gonna make it back if it make it even more, but if we just wait for ourselves to perform, if we just have to wait for ourselves to be there once again, then we could potentially, execute our setups. But this setup right over here was a beautiful, beautiful long. It was a probably to loss. No mistakes were made. No psychology problems. But yeah, see you guys later. Thank you for watching. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, share, and I'll see you guys later. Join Discord. Links you down below. Peace.